It kind of looks like Stormzy rolls with this gang of unlockable characters, so just be careful, man, because if you mess with him, you might wind up messing with Devil Jin and Akuma. What's up, everyone? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to get your music reviewed, you can hit up this email that's right here. But right now, we are going to talk about this new album from Stormzy called Gang Signs and Prayer. Now, Stormzy is a UK MC who has been putting in work for years, and even though the UK scene isn't terribly popular here in North America, he has made so much noise that he's been on a lot of blogs and sites. But if you haven't heard of him or you haven't heard his music, I think this album is a great place to start because you're going to get a wide variety of content. He really tells his story, and he shows off some different sounds as well. With the beginning track, First Things First, we get the perfect intro as he talks a little bit about everything he dealt with while he was working on this album, including battling depression and some of the struggles that he had with friends and family. So that was a great start just to get you to know Stormzy a little bit, and you get this very aggressive rap style from him that I think matches the menacing production perfectly. So if you're a fan of those grimy ass UK bangers, he definitely has you covered with a bunch of tracks on here. You got the song Mr. Skeng, where you get these angry horns and strings as he just obliterates his enemies over top of that production. The song Cold has this fast-paced, very explosive production that's going to knock the pictures right up off of your wall. And Bad Boys has a little bit of this operatic feel to it because of the strings and vocal pads, as Stormzy, Getz, and J Hus call out the fake-ass Bad Boys while also proclaiming how authentic they are. So with these bangers, I also appreciate how Stormzy is putting a little bit of content in there because he's not just one of these rappers who's saying he's going to kill you, beat you up, slang drugs, this and that. He's really just addressing some of the issues that he has with certain people while also talking about some things in his life. So as you listen through this album, you will hear tracks when he gets much, much deeper. For example, the song 100 Bags is a very touching and soft dedication to his mother, so that was a moment that I really appreciated. And the song Lay Me Bare gets especially deep, man. This one has this nice somber production, so it works great as that outro track. And Stormzy is rapping a bit about how his father abandoned him and his mother back when he was young, and then later in life, his dad actually had the nerve to ask him for some money and help with a car. So he gets very emotional and heartfelt on that verse, and you can really feel his pain in what he's saying as someone who's struggling with these types of issues, because that is his dad, but why would you want to help him out after he abandoned you and your mom? So I thought that was really dope, and I can appreciate that Stormzy was bringing that type of content. And of course, as the title suggests, with the word prayer in there, you are going to get some faith-based tracks as well. And these were actually my least favorite tracks. Just sonically, I didn't think they stood out as much as some of the other ones. You have the tracks Blinded by Grace, parts 1 and 2, where you get these very gospel sounds with some choir work coming into play, some organs, and even Stormzy doing a little bit of singing, particularly on part 1. So I didn't think his voice sounded great. Obviously, he's not trying to belt it out like R. Kelly. He's just kind of singing his praises to his God and showing love. So I can appreciate that. And in a way, the shakiness in his voice sort of helps to show what he's doing because he's just coming out here honestly and trying to speak to his God. So it's cool for what it is. Not my type of thing sonically or content-wise, but if you like these types of tracks that are gospel and having to do with faith, I'm sure you'll appreciate these songs more than me, along with the song 21 Gun Salute, which is in the same vein, because once again, it's on that topic of religion. But there are some songs on here where Stormzy is singing, and it actually doesn't sound too bad. I thought he sounded nice on Cigarettes and Cush with Kalani, but mostly, obviously, because of Kalani's vocals, because they're stacking them on top of each other. But still, I thought that song was pretty wavy and smooth with the nice piano, the little bass line on there. So I did like that track for how it sounded, but content-wise, I mean, it's just a typical lovey-dovey relationships type of thing. So it was nothing too deep, but really, the deeper moments that I already discussed really stick out on here, as well as those bangers. And one song that I actually forgot to mention way back when I was talking about those deeper moments is Don't Cry For Me, because on this song, we're getting some very melancholy strings, which I think sound amazing. I like the live string work that he had happening on some of these songs. And we also get some vocals from Grey Worm from Game of Thrones, aka Rally Ritchie. I didn't know that he was the guy who played Grey Worm on Game of Thrones, but as I was working on this review, I learned that. But anyway, getting away from all that, that song, Don't Cry For Me, love the strings, and content-wise, what we have here is Stormzy just looking back at all the terrible shit he went through in the hood, and just thinking about how the hood works, including how he lost some friends. Just a very introspective and deep track. So Stormzy does a great job of telling his story throughout here, letting you know what he thinks about certain issues, and that's why I think he did great with his debut, because he showcased a lot of his sounds. He does a little bit of his singing here and there, you know, not enough that it really ruins the project for me, although you will get some of those softer tracks, but these bangers and the content steal the show for sure. So for me, this is a 4 out of 5, man. I didn't have too many complaints here. There are a couple of tracks that I would skip and not come back to, and there's not really anything here that's too outrageous as far as new sounds, but I think he pulled this off really damn well, and this is my favorite UK release out of a lot of the ones that I've reviewed on this channel. I mean, I've reviewed Kano, Wiley, Giggs, they all had great projects, but for me personally, I really appreciated this one, so hopefully you guys give it a chance, especially if you're not into the UK scene or you're not up on it. But of course, check those other projects I mentioned as well, because they're pretty dope too. So that's what I thought about this one. 4 out of 5 seems fair to me, but you guys can hit me up in the comments section with your thoughts, and make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff, man, where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet the videos, and of course, you gotta subscribe to my channel and click like on that Facebook page. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.